Good afternoon, Yellow Tim, and welcome back to more Children's Torah Stories. We are learning about Naomi, and about Ruth, and about Boaz, who is over here. Hello, it's me, Boaz. Well, if you will remember, Ruth and Naomi were back in the land of Israel, and they didn't have any money. They were so poor. So Ruth went every day to go and get some food, some tzedakah from the farm. And whose farm did she go to? She went to Boaz's farm. And Boaz was so nice to her. He was so kind. Ruth, you can have some of the water that we got out for the workers and stay here at my farm. No one will hurt you. And I heard how kind you were to Naomi, and that is why I want to be kind to you. And after all of that, that was good for a few months while they were still able to get all the food that they were harvesting. But then the problem was that it was the end of the harvest season. There wasn't going to be any more food on the farm. So what was Ruth going to do? Where was she going to get more tzedakah if there was no more food on the farm? Well, Naomi had an idea. My daughter, remember Ruth wasn't actually her daughter. She was her daughter-in-law, but she loved her like her daughter. She used to take care of her. My daughter, I have an idea. You're not going to be able to go around and get new tzedakah now, but maybe we can find you a husband. A husband? Yes, I know a man who I think would marry you. Who could that be? Why, Boaz, of course. I think you should marry Boaz. Now, listen to... Sorry, Naomi, you fell on the floor. Now, listen to... there we go. Thank you. Now, listen to me, daughter, because this way you will be happy. Boaz is going to be on his farm, busy working with all the food that they got from the farm. I want you to go have a bath, put on some lotion, dress in your nicest clothes, go down, down, down. Wait till Boaz has finished eating and go lie down next to him and say, Boaz, can we get married? That's what you should do, okay? What do you guys think of that, Yeladim? Is that a good plan? It's a very strange plan, I think. But that, Ruth says, I will do whatever you tell me, Naomi. Well, Boaz was there on his farm. They had just finished getting all the things that they needed for the food from the farm. And he'd been working the whole day. And he ate and he drank and he was feeling good. And he went to lie down. Oh, what a great day. I'm looking forward to a lovely sleep. And as he went, he lay down and went geschlafen. Ruth came creeping in. She came creeping in. She lay down next to him. In the middle of the night. Ah! What? There's a lady over here. What is going on? Who are you? It is me, Ruth. please can we get married? Oh, wow, you want to marry me instead of going to all the kind, handsome, instead of going to all the young men, maybe rich or something like that. You want to come to marry me? Yes, because you are so kind. That is why I want to marry you. Well, I know, dear Ruth, that you are wonderful. You're so good. But I would like to take care of you and Naomi. And actually, I would even like to get back the farm that Elimelech had. That's Naomi's husband before he died. But before I do that, I must speak to someone else who is closer family than me. So, let's meet back again in a little while, and I will tell you if I will help buy the farm or if the other relative will, okay? Ruth says, okay, but you can stay here until the morning. Don't go running around in the middle of the night. You'll leave early in the morning, because if people see you leaving after you spent the whole night, that will look a little bit suspicious. It'll look a little bit strange. But stay until almost morning time and then go home. Okay. All right. Now it's almost morning time. Please give me the scarf that you have. Here it is. And he poured in food, grain, like not quite flour, but like before flour. He poured the grain into her scarf and helped her to carry it on her back. And then off went Ruth, and she came home again. My daughter Ruth, how did it go? What happened? Well, we got there and we talked, and he said that he would like to marry me, and he will even try to get back Elimelech's farm, but first he needs to talk to somebody else. And he gave me some extra food so that I don't come home empty-handed. Okay, my dear, stay here with me today so that we can see how things turn out. In the meanwhile, Boaz went down to the gate to wait and see what he was going to say to the relative who was coming past. And along he came. We don't actually know what this man's name was. We call him Ploni Almoni, which means like Mr. So-and-so. So Ploni Almoni was walking past. La 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 la, I'm having a nice day. I'm just walking along on my way and tickling small children. I'm just joking. He wasn't really tickling small children. He was tickling big children. No, I'm still joking. Okay, he was walking along. Boaz says, Ploni Almoni, come over and sit with me. Okay. And he came and sat down. And then there were another 10 people from the town who all came to sit down. Can you see all 10 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they all came and sat down together. And then Boaz said, before those 10 people, he said to Ploni Almoni, Naomi, who came back from the land of Moab, must sell the piece of land that belonged to our family Elimelech. And I wanted to offer you the first choice because you are the closest relative. If you will redeem it, if you will get it and give it back to them, good. But if not, tell me, because I will be right after you. Okay, I'll do that. No problem. But there's something else. When you do that, somebody must also marry Ruth so that we can keep the whole family together. No, I don't want to marry Ruth because she is not from the Jewish people. She is from Moab. But don't you understand? She came to join the Jewish people, and she is so good and kind. No, I don't want to do that. You can do that if you want. Of course I will. Do you make a deal? Now in those days, they would take a shoe or a glove, and they would shake hands with the shoe or the glove to make the deal. Okay, here's my shoe. There we go. I took it. Put it back on your foot. Okay, great. Everyone, did you see? I am going to buy the field of Naomi, and I'm also going to marry Ruth. And everyone there was so happy, and they said, amazing. We hope that you and Ruth will be so happy, and that you will build up the Jewish people like Rachel and Leah. And Boaz and Ruth got married. Semen tovu, mazel tovu, mazel tovu, semen tovu, mazel tovu, chickle tovu, chickle tovu, chickle tovu, chickle tovu, chickle tovu, chickle tovu. Yehelanu. Well, they got married, and they were so happy, and Ruth's tummy started getting a little bit bigger. Can you imagine after they got married why her tummy started getting a little bit bigger? Because she was having a baby. Is the baby in here?
Yeah, somewhere.
Because she was having a baby, and after a little while, ta-da! She did have a baby. Oh, what a beautiful baby boy she had. Don't be mean to the baby. It's a beautiful baby. And she said, Naomi, please will you help take care of my beautiful baby? Of course I will. This gorgeous schnookums. And she used to take care of the baby so well that people used to say, hey, that's Naomi's child. And his name was Oved. And when Oved grew up, he had a son called Yishai. And when Yishai grew up, he had a son called David. And David became the king of the Jewish people. And the message of the story is that the most important thing is to be good and kind. And that is what Hashem loves the most. That is what made Ruth so special to Naomi. That was what Boaz saw, and he was kind back to her. And because of that, they got married and had a child who then became one of the greatest kings the Jewish people ever had. A new story tomorrow. Bye.